Hi viewers, welcome you all to the 60th edition of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel. Today we are at Academy of Martial Science in Krishnamurthipuram, Mysore to tell you about what's happening in MMA and Muay Thai martial art. A proud moment to introduce you to an upcoming girl, 15-year-old girl from Mysore, Theeksha, who has done well in the international level, winning the World Pro-Am Amateur and Pro Muay Thai World title in Thailand, Pattaya. She did well in the tournament and won the title there. She trains at Academy of Martial Science in Mysore and is trained under Mr. Vikram. On behalf of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel, I welcome Theeksha and Vikram for our chat show. Welcome Theeksha for our chat show.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me to your Mysore channel YouTube show. It's really an honor to be here.
Welcome Vikram.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We're honored.
Congratulations first, Theeksha, on winning the Pro-Am Muay Thai title in Thailand.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. How did you start taking up the sport of Muay Thai? When did you start it?
Well, actually, my father, he joined me to the class because he wanted me to learn self-defense. And I was in second grade. And then the interest, it gradually increased because I was so interested into the sport. And how Crew was teaching, it was really mind-blowing. Because he was making it really interactive. And also I was having fun. And it was not boring or very strict or something like that. So that's how I got interested into the sport, and here I am now.
How old were you when you joined?
I was 8 years old in second grade.
Yeah, good. And how was the experience of further progressing from the start and then to the competition level?
Well, at the start, the basics, obviously, Crew was amazing with it. And then gradually he started to teach us sparring, which was basically training with each other. And then the competition, I did not win my first tournaments. It was a stepping stone. My failures were stepping stones to success. After 2 to 3 tournaments, I started winning, and it was really nice to win because obviously. And then now the World Muay Thai Championship, it was my first international win. So it was really great.
Which was your first big inspiration win, which gave you an motive that I can go forward in the sport?
Well, when I started to win, I loved the sport even more because it gave me a sense of confidence. Because when I was a kid, I was not really confident. So Crew also taught me to be confident, and in school it even helped me more. So that was my inspiration to continue in this sport. Yeah.
Yeah. How did it you take forward to go to the national level and then to the international level? How was your training methods? What was your routine which you followed to cope up with the standards?
Well, when I was a kid, obviously the training wasn't that much. But when I became a teenager, I had to train 6 days a week, which was really hard because with school and the Muay Thai, it was hard to manage it. But I did end up managing it, and this sport actually helped me to become better in school. I was studying even better, and then now gradually the classes have started to decrease it because obviously the grades have started to go higher. But I really want to continue the sport, and I want to do 6 classes a week and become a really good player at the sport.
Tell us about the championship which you took part recently in March in Pattaya, and how was the experience of fighting each bout against international competitors? How was the experience there? Tell us, tell the viewers about your experience.
Well, I was really nervous because it was my first Muay Thai championship. The first bout, I was scared, but with all the training I've had, I had to play it confidently. The first bout was amazing, and the second and the third bout I pushed through even though I was really tired, I pushed through the bouts, and the semi-finals I won. The finals, it was even more harder because the girl who I fought against had won other championships and stuff. It was really hard, but I did the best I can, and I ended up winning, so it was really great.
So because Muay Thai is a sport where all parts of the body are involved, and more of action. Comparatively, it's a Thai sport which is very popular, which is becoming more popular in the Indian scene as well as in the Southeast Asian countries. And now it's getting more popular, it's going towards the international level. So, how do you keep up or cope up with your nutrition and diet and the other things which are required for these competition levels?
Well, before I was actually really overweight, and then I had to start like dieting and stuff to get like to this point. And after, like, nutrition in the sense, protein is really important, because without protein I'd get really tired. So nutrition, basically there was a dietitian who gave us like a list of stuff we had to eat. That nutrition is set there, and then later nutrition. But in Thailand there was a point where I got really tired because of the humidity and stuff. While even fighting, the fight was on the beach, so it was really tiring. But still, the protein I've had and the food there in Thailand was really amazing. Like morning we would have chicken and stuff. So the protein which that gave me, it gave me the energy to fight my bouts really well.
For any sport, you need support.
Yeah.
For example, every parent supports their children. How is the support from your parents towards your progress in sport, and which is basically the most important thing? Tell us about your parents and their support.
My parents are like the best parents in the world. But there was a point where I like actually wanted to like stop this sport because I was so tired and drained out from like school and this sport. But then they were like, you can do it. Like, they gave me the motivation to do this sport. Without them, I'm pretty sure I would not have won this belt. It was like, their support is really what means a lot to me, because without their support...
Tell us about their names, both your mom and dad.
My father's name is Dr. H.C. Ravi, he's a dentist, and my mother is V. Nandini.
Great. Nice to have supportive parents who support sport, which brings out the best and keep their children healthy.
Yes.
Tell us about how is the support from your educational institutions, BM school, and which class you are studying now?
I'm studying in Vidyavardhaka BM Educational Institution. It's in Kuvempu Nagar, Mysore, and I'm currently in the 10th grade now. The school, well, most people might think schools don't give support in sports, but our school, it's amazing, because they were the one who were like, you go to this sport, like do it, continue this sport. And even the principal, he like talked to me before the going to Thailand. It was like, yes, you can do it, all the best, and we'll give you all the support you want. And when I went to Thailand, school had already started because I'm in 10th grade. But when I went to school, all the teachers were like, they helped me to cope up with all the studies. They gave me all the study material and stuff. So the school is really amazing in all of this stuff. They support extracurricular activities and sports a lot.
So now slowly you are into MMA also.
Yes.
So you are progressing in both Muay Thai as well as in MMA.
Yeah.
Tell us how different it is, this sport compared to the MMA.
Yeah, first actually I only learnt Muay Thai, but a few years back I started learning MMA too. MMA and Muay Thai are pretty similar, but MMA is more than Muay Thai, what I can say, because MMA includes Muay Thai and a bit of like BJJ, wrestling and stuff. MMA is like, I love that sport even more because it includes wrestling and like groundwork and stuff. And MMA too, I've participated in 2 international tournaments in Abu Dhabi, but like I lost the matches by a whisker. It was like really hard. The second time I'd gone to Abu Dhabi, I was actually supposed to win, but I had lost the match by decision.
Lost it by a split decision against the US.
Yeah, great.
It was a very smart match.
Winning and losing is part of sport. You learn more about, after losing, you come back and sit down and do your homework, and the result has shown in to you winning the title in Muay Thai. So
Yes.
it's a matter of time. Hard work will always give you the results.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, what do you plan for your future in the sport, and how do you wish to take it forward?
Actually, I want to keep my sports and studies together parallelly, as you said, because both of them are simultaneously important. As I'm in the 10th grade now, it's getting harder. But I do want to focus on the sport, and going further, I would not like to stop the sport. I would want to continue it even when I grow old and stuff. It would be really great to do it at that age too, because like doing the sport, it will keep me healthy, like both physically and mentally. So yeah, it would help a lot to continue the sport, and I do want to continue the sport.
Vikram, now Theeksha has been your student for so
Yes.
long,
Yeah.
and tell us about her pluses and how has she coped so far.
Basically, when she started, she was say what 8 years old were you?
Yes.
She was 8 years old when she started. But yeah, she started like just like any other kid that, on the block that would start the classes. Everybody would want to go study combat sports and all that. But this girl, over a period of years, did display that level of commitment and honesty, and she was ready to put in all the hard work that's required to be here. Okay, but she has shaped up to be a very excellent athlete, a beautiful athlete, from where she started to where she is today. And as she says, she started with learning Muay Thai basically. So from Muay Thai, the transition was very gradual to MMA. Since MMA is, you can say, it's a hybrid or a multidiscipline combat sport, it includes both the concepts of striking and wrestling put together. So all that we had to work on her was the ground game. So she started learning MMA wrestling and she started learning jiu-jitsu, and with the minor tweaking to her footwork, she started doing well at MMA as well. Okay, she was how many times were you? You were 4 times national medalist in Muay Thai.
Yes.
Before she started MMA. She won 4 golds and a couple of silvers before starting to learn MMA.
Great, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that transition was very gradual.
Yeah, so now she has become the youngest girl
Yes.
to win a Pro-Am Muay Thai world title. So, how does it feel to you as a Indian team coach, as a coach for her from the younger age to now, up till now, winning laurels at this level?
Well, it's amazing. She, as a girl, I mean, when any of your students, they win any medals for you or the academy, we feel super proud, be it anybody. But this level of achievement, this is the first time that our academy...
A Mysore girl.
Yes, a Mysore girl and an Indian. I believe she is the first Indian to win a Pro-Am title championship in Thailand thus far. Okay, so yeah, it was a great experience for her as an athlete, for me as her teacher, yeah, and we putting the name of India on the global Muay Thai scene out there.
Great.
And plus, her MMA journey has been very fruitful so far. She has been 4 times medalist.
Yes, true.
She has won both national championships and she has been runners too. And she has participated at world stage twice till now. Okay, 2022 and 2023 Youth World Championships.
Great. Now, coming back to the sport of Muay Thai and MMA, you have been running this center for almost 3 decades.
Almost
So,
close to that.
close to it. And now, how do you see the talent, upcoming talent in Mysore picking up the sport, and how is the future ahead for the sport in the city, which has already produced champions?
Yeah. See, because as you said, I have been into this field for almost 3 decades now. Okay, so I have seen the crowds distinctly different. They change every 10 years. Okay, say for example, you look behind your shoulders and think of 80s and 90s. Things were very different. 2000s, things are different. Every 10 to 15 years. So since 2010, 2015, things are different. It was around 27 that we bought the combat sport of Muay Thai to Mysore. So since then we've been relentlessly working behind that. And around 2011 perhaps was the time when we bought MMA to Mysore. We have an abundance of talent with us here. The talent is abundant. Only thing is, people know how to nurture them. We have to know how to nurture them and how to grow them in the right direction. And I believe grassroots level development is all it takes. We have to build a sustainable ecosystem where we have the involvement of good coaches, the trainees and the parents, and exposing them to the international level of
Tournaments, yeah.
tournaments, trainings and various things. Given that these things put in a place with this well-sustained ecosystem, I think we can grow a long way. from
Now,
our
being
city
the
here.
sport getting recognition in the Asian level, Muay Thai and
Oh, yeah,
MMA,
absolutely.
going to the Asian Games next year in Japan. So, how do you, as an administrator, you're also an Indian coach.
Yes.
Coming forward, how do you see this game going forward in the international level with Indian sport, with more of Indian participation in the Asian Games?
Well, these sports are taking baby steps as of now. We are just making inroads to the Olympic level, to the Youth Asian Games, then the Asian Games at Nagoya 2026 Japan. We are making inroads. No doubt, we have to put in a lot of effort going in because the competition at the world stage is at a different level. Okay, so basically, how I see this is we have made a good beginning, and Muay Thai and MMA getting into the Asian Games is a big sign for us. Going forward, at some point in time, it would get into the complete Olympic charter. We are very hopeful of that. Come 2025 June next month, the first selection trials for youth Indian MMA athletes is taking place at Bahrain. That's an AMMA championships where the kids all around the world who are under 18 would be participating for a slot from their country to participate at the Youth Asian Games. That's again going to be tentatively in Bahrain in somewhere in October. And before that, we will have an international selection trials for the senior athletes too. Aim is the 2026 Nagoya.
Great. Thanks a lot for this chat show.
Thank you so much, sir.
Theeksha. Thanks a lot, Vikram.
Thank you so much.